Here are some of Islam's warriors who fought for and defended Islam, giving it strength. It's important to note that in Islam, the concept of a warrior is deeply intertwined with the idea of a mujahid, one who strives or struggles, with jihad, meaning a struggle, which can be spiritual, for self-improvement, or, in a specific context, physical defense. The most revered figures are not just celebrated for their military prowess, but for their piety, justice, and dedication to defending the Muslim community, Ummah, from annihilation or persecution. Here are some of the most important warriors who fought for and defended Islam, categorized by era. 1. The foundational era, the Prophet and his companions, al-Sahaba. These figures hold the highest status in Islamic history after the prophets. The Prophet Muhammad, he is the ultimate example. He led from the front in critical battles for the survival of Islam, such as Badr, Uhud, and the Trench, Khandak. His leadership was not just military but moral and spiritual, setting the Islamic codes of war, e.g., prohibiting the killing of non-combatants, women, children, and monks, and the destruction of property. Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, Ra, the Prophet's uncle. Known as Asadullah, the Lion of God, for his strength and courage. He was a champion in the Battle of Badr and the source of strength for the early Muslims. His martyrdom in the Battle of Uhud was a devastating blow. Khalid ibn al-Walid, Ra, perhaps the most famous tactical genius in early Islamic history. Known as Sayfullah, the Sword of God. He was initially a commander of the Quraysh army against the Muslims but converted to Islam later. His brilliant strategies were decisive in the Battle of Mu'tah, where he earned his title, the Ridda Wars, maintaining the unity of the Muslim state after the Prophet's death, and the conquest of the Persian Empire, Battle of Walaja, Battle of Yarmouk against the Byzantines. Ali ibn Abi Talib, Ra, the Prophet's cousin and son-in-law. Famous for his unmatched chivalry and courage in single combat. He was the standard-bearer in many battles, and his victories in one-on-one duels before the main battle, like at Khaybar and the Trench, were legendary, demoralizing the enemy and boosting Muslim morale. He is revered for his deep knowledge and justice as much as his bravery. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, Ra, one of the earliest converts and one of the 10 companions promised paradise. He was a key commander and is famous for leading the Muslim army to a decisive victory against the Sassanid Persian Empire at the Battle of al-Qadisiyah, which led to the conquest of Persia. 2. The rightly guided caliphs and early expansion. The first 4 caliphs were all military and political leaders who personally fought in battles. Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, Ra, the first caliph. His firm leadership during the Ridda Wars prevented the collapse of the Muslim community and ensured its survival as a unified state. Umar ibn al-Khattab, Ra, the second caliph. Under his rule, the Islamic Empire expanded exponentially, conquering the Levant, Egypt, and much of Persia. He was a formidable strategist and leader who set up the military and administrative systems for the growing state. 3. Later historical figures and commanders. As the Islamic Empire grew, new military leaders emerged who are celebrated for their defense of Islam and expansion of Muslim lands. Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, Saladin, the definitive example of a chivalrous and pious Muslim ruler. A Kurdish Muslim, he unified the Muslim forces and recaptured Jerusalem from the Crusaders in 1187. He was famous for his justice, mercy, sparing the lives of the city's inhabitants, unlike the Crusaders in 1099, and respect for his enemies. Sultan Alp Arslan, the Seljuk Turk Sultan who decisively defeated the Byzantine Empire at the Battle of Manzikert, 1071, opening the door for the Turkification and Islamification of Anatolia, modern Turkey. Sultan Mehmet II, Mehmet the Conqueror, the Ottoman Sultan who, at the age of 21, conquered Constantinople in 1453, ending the Byzantine Empire. He fulfilled a prophecy of the Prophet Muhammad, and turned the great Hagia Sophia into a mosque, establishing Istanbul as a new center of the Islamic world. Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, under his rule, the Ottoman Empire reached its zenith. He was a great military campaigner who expanded deep into Europe, besieged Vienna, and challenged the Holy Roman Empire, making the Ottomans the dominant power in the Mediterranean and the Muslim world. Important context and nuances. Defense, not aggression. In the Islamic worldview, these figures were primarily defending the Muslim community from existential threats, the Quraysh, Byzantine and Persian empires, Crusader states, or expanding the rule of law where persecution existed. Piety over prowess. While their military skills are celebrated, they are revered more for their qualities of faith, justice, and adherence to Islamic principles.